If your pan don't look like this, do you even know how to cook? This is for the lazy girls. This is the meal prep for the lazies. Reheating cooked veggies makes it mushy and just gross. So we won't be doing that. So to season my sweet potato, you guys, I keep it very like, I don't know, Italian herby. This stuff is so good. I need to go back to Trader's and see if they have this. It is like an Italian style spice. So I'm just gonna sprinkle the rest of this on here. I like to use this in a lot of my recipes actually. But sweet potatoes, this recipe when I make it reminds me a lot of the sweet potatoes that Sweet Green has. So I'm also going to add the Trader Joe's onion salt, which is again another favorite of mine. And then I did go ahead and do some olive oil. And I'm also going to add some pink salt to this. It already smells so good. And also some black pepper. And these are gonna roast. I set the oven to 425 for about 35 to 40 minutes or until they're soft in the middle. And then my secret ingredient is some honey. Adds a nice little sweetness. And my secret weapon, I know, is cinnamon. Oh, I just love cinnamon on sweet potato. It adds a nice nutty flavor. So that's how I season my vegetables. This is just 2 medium-sized sweet potatoes. I'm going to toss this together so it's evenly flavored. And then throw this in the oven while I get ready for the day. Not me burning up my sweet potato, cause nah. I needed to hurry up and get ready because I got a lot to do today while those sweet potatoes were cooking in the oven, because again, they are the most like time consuming. So I'm gonna switch the oven over to broil. I should have taken out my steak to rest, so let me do that now because I don't know, my dad just told me the steak needs rest before you cook it. So, I'll show you guys what we're making today. Yeah. I will be making 2 steaks today. This will be essentially 4 different meals for me. And I know, I already buy it seasoned because I love how it tastes. And it is like dairy free, so I like that they use oil and not butter, and it's like stuffed with like whole cloves of garlic. I could never do that myself at home. But I love going to Wegmans. You guys saw in my last video, I did a grocery shop with me / grocery haul to stay on track. And this was one of those things that was in that video. It was $30. But if you divide 30 by 4 different meals, it, you know, does pay for itself considering how expensive things are when you eat out. And getting, what is this, a strip steak? Did I mean to get a strip steak? I think I've been buying ribeyes, but it's the same really. So we're gonna let that rest, and I'm gonna tell you guys what is gonna be on the menu and how I meal prep, because I think when we think of meal prepping traditionally, it is, you know, those little Tupperware containers with 3 different compartments for your protein, your veggies, and then some type of a carb all ready for you to go in the fridge for about a week at a time. The same basic meals. I cannot do that. I don't like doing that. One, I get sick of eating the same exact thing every single day. 2, there's just not enough room in the fridge for me to be keeping that many different Tupperware containers. And I also don't really like having cooked food sit for a week. I feel like the veggies get mushy, it doesn't taste as fresh, so it just has never been something that had appealed to me. But the thought of meal prepping in general is very helpful. That's where I struggle with the most, is in the kitchen, eating enough meals on time. I spend about 4 hours just going to the gym, working out, coming home, that by the time I get back, it's 5 o'clock. I basically have space for one meal, and then it's time to go to bed. So I had to kind of switch things up, and I really want to do better. I think just being ready, staying ready so I don't have to get ready will really help me out. At least just having a couple of days of some solid meals, or just ingredients that are already cooked, so all I have to do is get the sides ready. Then that makes my life so much easier. I've also been on the go quite a bit, so it'll be nice to take a meal with me when I leave the house. And I think the thing that I don't like cooking the most is like the raw meat. So if I have that already to go, I can just heat up some rice. The sweet potatoes, yes, they take longer, so they actually reheat really well if you just saute them or just throw them back in the oven. And then I do a lot of like frozen veggie. So you guys will see in this video, I'm not really prepping my broccoli or whatever. I like to have that more fresh, because reheating cooked veggies makes it mushy and just gross. So we won't be doing that. And then I also plate my stuff and store it more individual. So if I want to have, I don't know, let's say like chicken, I already have my chicken ready to go, and it's already cut up for me. All I have to do is portion it out. I can decide, do I want rice or do I want potatoes? What am I craving? You know, what type of veggie do I want today? Do I want carrots? Do I want broccoli? This way I have some options and some variety without feeling like I'm stuck eating what is meal prepped. And if I don't want to eat it, I don't feel bad about it, you know, spoiling off in the back of the fridge, which used to happen to me when I would meal prep. So I do kind of prep and focus on like my bigger meals, like lunches or dinner, and then that way I can have my snacks and then my pre-workout meal and some type of like carby bowl. So I'll do like a yogurt bowl, I'll do oatmeal, I'll do cereal late at night as a snack, and I'm not really a big snacker unless it's potato chips. So having like a lunch and having a dinner with like my proteins and my main carb choices picked out makes my life so much easier. So that is a breakdown on how I meal prep and how it can be beneficial for you if you meal prep in a way that works for your lifestyle. So for me, like 2 to 3 days, 3 days is pushing it. When you're trying to bulk, you're eating more, so you don't really get as much for what you are cooking. But if I can get like 2 days worth of food ready, then that's 2 days of me not having to stress and worry about not eating enough for my body goals. So if you're watching this and you're not bulking, you can still make these meals at home, just have smaller portions at the same time. It's just all about calories in versus calories out. So don't think that, well, what can I eat if I'm trying to lose weight? Baby, you can eat all this stuff. It's whole ingredients, which honestly makes me feel better when I'm eating simple foods. And I like to keep my meal prep very basic, like stupidly basic. Like, I don't want to be buying 50 different ingredients from the grocery store because it's expensive. It's inflation. I'd rather just put that money towards a nice steak or something and then simplify the potatoes, which are really affordable, and rice is really affordable. You can get a bag of frozen veggies for like less than $1. So keep it simple, and the meal prep process will go by within like about an hour. This steak is only gonna take about like 8 minutes per side because I like it medium. So I'll show you guys how to do that. But before I get into cooking the steak, because I still feel like it needs to rest, we're gonna prep our chicken. This is for the lazy girls. This is the meal prep for the lazies. Okay, I didn't say it was really affordable. Baby, you can make your own chicken. Not here today, because I just didn't have the time this week. It's towards the end of the week, and baby, I'd be exhausted. It can be a little bit tough jumping back into it, especially around the holiday. There's just a lot going on, so buying things like this make my life so much easier. So this is from Wegmans. It's the grilled lemon garlic chicken breasts, $23. It used to be 18, baby, but inflation, okay? So I like the taste of it. It's grilled chicken. I don't have a grill here, so not me trying to justify. I did have one yesterday. What I like to do is just cut it up for myself. Put it in a different container. This is too big for the fridge. And that way I can kind of portion it out for my meal. If I want to do pasta with it, I can. If I want to have it with potatoes, I can. If I want to do it with rice, then I can. It just makes it a lot easier for me, and I don't have to worry about cutting it up to reheat it, which I honestly hate when I'm just trying to eat. So we're gonna go ahead and do that to make it easy for myself. And this is a lot of chicken, so I can go through a heck of chicken, y'all. You can even put it on a salad, but just having it prepped for you, the convenience of it, like, you know, you pay for convenience just like how you go to the grocery store, right? And you pay for like pre-chopped onion because we don't want to go through peeling the onion and then having to cut that thing up. It's just the little things sometimes that make the biggest difference when we're trying to stay focused and avoid that Uber Eats bill, or avoid just stopping off at fast food once we leave the gym. And for me, I just realized that I just need to have a little help because I don't want to have to cook every single meal, you know, from scratch. You could also eat this cold, like I said. Sometimes I like doing pasta salads. You can put it on a sandwich. You can do a lot with this stuff. So I'm just gonna get this chopped. So easy. And then again, I'm just going to transfer it in a smaller container. Also, it just looks better. It looks more appetizing than that plastic container that it came in. So boom, we got our chicken ready to go. I don't even know if this is all going to fit in here. So there's a lot of chicken, but you could see like how much meat it actually is when you cut it up. So if you don't want to eat a whole breast, you don't have to. But this is just what works for me. If you're the type of girl that likes to measure your food and weigh it out, this is also really helpful. You could also just pre-separate it. Again, whatever works for you and your lifestyle. For me, I don't really track my food anymore. That's just doing too much. And now we're gonna get into this steak. So I keep my oven rack pretty high because we're gonna broil this. So I'm gonna set that on. The oven's still hot, so it should be ready in no time. And then I am going to line a pan with some foil, again, just to help with the cleanup process. If your pan don't look like this, do you even know how to cook? And this is gonna cook really quick, which we love. I do like to add a little extra seasoning, which is just some pink salt to this, but you can use whatever you like. This is gonna be nice. I try to get the steaks that don't have a big marbling of fat in the middle because I just personally hate cutting into that. I don't like how it tastes, but this, let me tell you, if you have a Wegmans, do not sleep on their garlic studded beef steaks. They are so good. Yeah, dairy free, just double checking. When I broil, I like to turn on the fan because it gets very hot, and I like to open the windows. That our smoke detector is very sensitive, and that thing goes off constantly, especially when I open up the oven again. So I'm gonna do that. This is why my smoke alarm goes off. Ooh, but it looks good. Alright, so that's gonna go in for another like 8 minutes when you flip it on the other side. So that's pretty good. We got the kitchen clean, and I'm ready to eat. I also bought some grilled shrimp, which I'm gonna probably eat today. I gotta work out, y'all. Mind you, it's 10 a.m. Okay, I started cooking around 8 this morning, but again, for the aesthetic vibe, I don't want to have this plastic container in the fridge. I want to have all my meal prep on the same shelf so I could see what it is that I have, not something randomly pushed in the back. If you have food randomly pushed in the back of the fridge, you are probably going to forget about it. You are probably not going to eat it. So I just want everything to look good. This is also dairy free, and it needs to be eaten up by tomorrow basically, and it's just the Wegmans grilled shrimp with olive oil and garlic. $17. I don't have a grill. I'm not grilling shrimp. I like the flavor. This is something that I will have in pasta. Oh my gosh, I make the best pasta. Probably do, like I said, what I eat in a day, and y'all can see how I actually use these prepped ingredients and the meals that I make for inspo. You could even eat this cold. I actually bought from Whole Foods. Low key is dangerous because it's whole paycheck, but they do cooked shrimp just like Wegmans does. They're very similar, but it came with some type of sweet and sour dipping sauce instead of a cocktail sauce. It was so good. It is so good if you just dip it for a quick protein snack. Like, I just love having cooked shrimp because sometimes I don't want to eat chicken all the time, so it's nice to have different protein options to switch it up when you're feeling like I'm starting to get sick of this, you know. And it's not like a whole bunch of shrimp where you feel like it might go bad, and it's fresh. So again, putting things that maybe are already cooked and prepped for you into another container, for me, makes the cooked food more appetizing. I know it's silly to say, but I want to eat this right now. So that's something that I like to do. Another great Fit Girl find. Pasta actually does already have a lot of protein in it. This one just happens to have a little bit more, and honestly the taste of this tastes the same. I almost prefer the taste of this particular pasta. They do this pasta in bow tie, elbow, spaghetti, This is the penne pasta, which I do like the penne. I feel like it does really well with like a butter sauce, obviously your tomato sauce. Also eating it colder if you want to have like your tuna pasta salad. I tend to buy this for that. 10 grams of protein in the pasta alone for 2 ounces. Sometimes, y'all, I'll have meatless meals if I'm really overeating protein, which tends to happen to me. So sometimes I'll want to break up my day of eating with something more plant-based. So doing like a protein pasta with maybe some cherry tomatoes and some, you know, vegetables mixed together in like a butter sauce is really good. So I'm gonna probably meal prep 2 servings of this. I don't want to overdo the portion in case I really don't want to eat a whole lot of pasta, but I know that I want to have some today and then for tomorrow with some of the protein that we have. So we're gonna get that going, and then of course get a container. Girl, I'm running out of containers, but I did clear space in the fridge for all my food, so maybe do this much pasta. I guess that's really like 1 serving of pasta. Yeah, this is more like how I like it, a hot pink center. Kind of want to taste it because baby, this be looking yummy. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Broil your steak. That's a blessed meal prep, let me tell you. All right, first of all, don't come for me. I ordered Domino's pizza, y'all. Then the day before that, why did I have Taco Bell? Then also last week I had Chick-fil-A. Look, this is exactly why meal prep is gonna save me.